I mean, obviously, I'm doing a huge amount of interpretive slash extrapolating work on this, but I am impressed about how much I'm able to claim and feel justified about the designer of the games based on the games. Like,
Yeah, it's interesting for me. I'm having to bite my tongue a lot, but I'm enjoying seeing your analysis, and I think it's gonna be really fun for you to hear what the narrator thinks about all this stuff too.
a spilled drink on. Oh, Jesus Christ. That actually startled me. And the door closed behind me. Some sort of chalet. Ooh. A messy but extremely detailed bookshelf. In fact, I don't think any of those textures are the same as each other. I think that is completely uniquely designed. Like, you can see that some of them are blocky, like that's just a cube of book right there. But I don't think any of the book cubes repeat.
Sure.
That's interesting. Suggests that it's probably based off of his own bookshelf, a messy, slept-in bed. But I can't get close enough to tell, like, what specifically any of the books are. Really likes his wood. Hey, look at this. It's a toilet. Remember back in that House in the
Yeah,
White
it did
Void?
not look as good.
Yeah, it didn't look as good. It was a seat, and this was just a slab. All right. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Lonesome hands make lousy homes. What is this? Can you read that dialogue okay?
I'm familiar with it, but I cannot read the dialogue.
Okay.
But I don't think you need to read it out.
Clear the table. That was easy. And I want to know what's back here. Oh, that's a closed door. Well, there doesn't appear
So
to be
the only thing that you're missing is like some very inviting, warm music here, and I feel like this may have actually been a point where they actually used vocals or at least like humming or something. Like, I remember feeling very relaxed as I was in this world.
All right.
I mean, you're doing chores, but it just the game came together to really create a sense of
It is very,
peacefulness.
very cozy. All the little details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? I mean, I hate to do armchair diagnosis, but okay, I'm working, I feel calm, I need to be soothed, and I need everything to be straight and tidy. It suggests to a certain degree, uh, like autism spectrum, like an obsession with tidiness, and that fits in with the idea of sort of feeling alienated. I don't know. Yeah, I'll try to get by with a cheesy personal insight. It's a single click to perform all of these tasks. Scrub the tub. Hooray! No need to be perfect. We're all just human.
Yeah, it's kind of a game about someone telling you like everything's going to be all right. That's interesting.
Wait, come and clear the... Uh-oh. So his perfect world is just an infinite loop of chores?
The location is a little interesting here as well.
Yeah.
The space outside of the house.
There's a door up there that we can't get to anymore. All right, do these chores ever end? Darling, let me tell you something. Huh. That's not a commentary on art.
What did she say?
You have to own whatever you do, otherwise it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave future chores to future you? Present you wants to smooth out the rug in the bedroom, believe it or not.
Hmm.
Now, so we're being told what we want. Okay. Has the music continued to stay nice and charming, or is it starting to get a little...
Everything is just very warm and inviting and great.
One's house is a lot like one's soul.
Still more chores to do?
Books again. Can I get out the front door? Can I open it?
You should keep doing the chores.
Oh, okay. Wait, hang on. Oh, I can't. Even though I see the text, I can't organize through the wall. I don't know. I'm not sure that this is meant to be reflective of Coda himself having an obsession with organization. Whoa.
So the music just got very abrupt, and I think it just stopped entirely, and it got very cold. You could hear the sound of the wind and the world.
Yep. I'm out of the house, and I guess it's now time to go up towards this door, which is open. Huh. Do you enjoy doing chores? Is an interesting question, particularly after the game with the bubbles, the comments. It's that frickin' lamppost. What is that? It's the goal, right? The lamppost is the goal, but why? What
The narrator has some interesting commentary on the space that house occupies, but we'll probably cover that when we get to the
items you love at members only prices. Well, I'm sitting in this chair.
Yeah, the names of these levels are very strange.
Came here to become perfect. What? It swapped chairs. Sorry, I'm just reading the text.
Yeah.
So at this point, is the text voiced or is it still purely text?
It's all purely text.
Okay.
The only thing that the game occasionally has is music or sound effects. But even that's pretty sparse.
Sure.
And then the commentary, of course.
Right. Being perfect is effortless. Whoa!
So now you're the professor.
I see that. What? Can I move? I can move. Why is only the first one illuminated? Because that one's gray.
I have an interpretation of that.
Oh, this is really fascinating. Can I leave?
Why do you think it is?
Because the yellow follows the Did that get closer?
I don't think it did.
Just checking the exits real fast. Oh, interesting.
See, I think it's because the yellow is what he says and the gray is what he thinks.
Look at that background. Look at that. That's so weird.
Yeah.
It's moving with me. I told an elderly, I love you. Oh my God. Being alone must be awful. This is so...
Did you notice the...
Did I notice...
Sorry, go ahead.
What did I notice?
The lamppost.
No! Did that just appear?
No, it's been there the whole time.
Oh my god. Why? It's a goal? I don't understand that you won't be happy until you love me. This is for you. I'm developing a cyst? Seek out only one... What? This is weird and creepy and unpleasant. I don't understand what... I don't understand the perspective.
Well, you're the professor.
Right, but like...
But do you mean the perspective out of the game?
Yeah, like, who am I speaking as here? Like, this is so strange. It's... You know what it is? And I know I've used this word perhaps too much. It's disassociating. All right. Oh, I can't go up the stairs. Can I go up the stairs near the lamppost? Do I need to bring the lamppost? All right, I have nothing I can do except stand here and talk. Do what is easiest, do it is. These are all terrible. I don't want to say any of these.
Yeah, so the gray ones are just in your inner monologue, right? And the yellow ones are what you say to the class.
No, I don't think so.
Why do you think they're different colors?
Well, some of the gray ones are clearly directed outwards. Everyone run, run. I don't...
No, see, I think that he's thinking that because there's this horrible disaster behind him, but he can't say it. I think he can only say the yellow things. So he can either say something or he can think it. But the things that he's able to say are only the things that are,
Perfection.
what he's supposed to say.
Okay.
That's my interpretation, anyways.
I guess that sort of works. All right, I said the word perfection. Now can I climb this? No, I can't. Okay. What? Okay, so we're starting to see a real obsession with perfection, with like order.
Go ahead and pause here.
Sure.
Yeah.
An obsession with perfection and order coming through very, very, very strongly. But a sort of despair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about that one.
So at some point here in the game, The Beginner's Guide, the narrator, and I'm not saying it's immediately at this point, I think it may have been a little before, maybe it's a little after, the narrator starts to go into his actual relationship with Coda and starts to give you some actual details.
Well, don't give me that. Don't tell me
I'm
that.
not going to.
Okay.
But I do think it's important that you know that, because as a player of The Beginner's Guide, not as an explorer of Coda's work, but as a player of The Beginner's Guide, here is where you're starting to get more information.
Okay.
So just be mindful of that. And then the other thing to point out, if you were paying attention to the dates, there was a big gap between the previous one and this one. A couple of months, like 4 or 5 months. And the narrator points out that those gaps start becoming bigger and bigger with every game.
Interesting. All right, this is a very good stage set. Except there's the floodlights. There are chairs in the audience. Okay.
What does this setup make you feel so far?
Well, obviously the actor's nightmare a little bit. The idea of like being on stage and not knowing your lines, but in this case we're being directed through professional photographer animals. Okay. Go on, say something to her. Wise. Happy. Focused. Successful. Hello. That's it. So this is the social anxiety game.
Right. But interestingly, I mean, you did actually say something. I feel like the true social anxiety game would be you just stand in a corner and stare at her for an hour,
Right. Well, more to the
which would
point.
not be out of
Okay.
the realm of a Coda game.
Well, so it's the idea that he knows he has to do something, but none of the options are good. And so it's
And
like,
that's because of his own limitation. There's no option in his vocabulary. It doesn't
right,
mean there's no good option.
exactly. But none of the options I have here are good ones. And so it's going to be, I say a thing and the speaker beats me up over how terrible an idea it was. I'm super, super scared right now. That's not what I said to her at all. Oh, right, because this is a play of something that happened. Oh, yes, this is not historical revisionism, even a tiny little bit. Just that one moment, I was confident.
So are you... Here I presume you're playing as Coda.
It does sort of feel that way, that
who...
like he's sort of these cones that bounce when you touch them.
But who is the director?
Holy crap! Want to talk metaphors?
What's going on with the cones then?
They're like pinball cones, they represent the other people. But in fact, what happens is that when you touch them, you get bounced away.
Right.
Oh yes, that's definitely what people do. They bounce you away from them. They don't want to be near you. Okay, so it's basically like he had an interaction, and it's sort of replaying it over and over and over, and that sort of thing. Like after a bad,
so maybe the director is like his own conscience beating himself up.
Yeah, exactly.
The actor is
this is him beating
moment.
himself up over, like having blown his one shot, and it's something in this case it's very, very specific. Like, this woman photographs animals. You want to be an animal photographer, like very specific, right? Not anything to do with whatever games or anything there. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. You're messing it. Yeah, just keep. I don't.
So do you think this was actually an event where it was like, I don't know, a veteran game maker, or...
I don't think the specifics even matter that much. I think...
But it wasn't a woman who professionally photographs animals.
I don't think so, no. There's a lamppost, everything's gone away. He wants me to step back. Okay. Stepping back. The perspective is very strange here. Oh, so, there's the grill. We're trapped.
What you're not hearing, unfortunately, as you turn around and walk away, is the sound of things happening behind you.
Ah.
The only sound you would have heard so far is a grill slamming down.
Do I have to turn around for anything else to happen at this point, do you think?
I'm not sure. I feel like probably not, but let's see. No, I think it's just based on how far away you get.
Now this is working. This is what it was like. That is to say, I was trapped. Yeah, if you trap yourself away, then you can do it. So yeah, like an interaction went bad, and he's like, imagine, oh God, this is so painful.
What is he imagining because the interaction went bad?
Oh, just like, it would have all been better if only it hadn't been him, right? It's like the thing earlier where, what was the thing I was saying? Where it's like, you don't know what to say. Oh, with the phone, right? Like, he's not... Okay, how long does this go for?
Yeah, you might as well just face forward and walk, because I think you move a little faster.
Or it just ends.
It just ends.
Yeah, no, oh man, I'm worried about this guy. Now, of course, it probably wasn't that important in the real world. Like, a single interaction is not... Just keep your eyes closed. Is this a sound-based game, or...
Well, you'll find out shortly.
I'm not closing my eyes.
Yeah. I think that's the point, is that it would be impossible to solve this level with your eyes closed.
Whisper.
So I'm trying to remember if you need audio to solve this one, and I don't feel like you do. Do you get a sense of what's going on? Talk me through it.
I
If you're
mean,
missing anything obvious,
we're on a
I'll tell you.
spaceship. A giant door is coming right at us. We stand here and oh, it hit us. Okay, so apparently I need to not just stand there and look, but accomplish them. Hey, there's the three dots again. What's going on? Why did I go blind? All these people with blind cubes. Wait, research. Uh, tell me how to solve this.
Yeah, so to solve this game, to play this game, you must be blind because all the people on the ship are blind. But obviously, it would be impossible to solve this puzzle if your eyes were closed.
Yep. Help, I'm blind.
And he's asked you to close your eyes, but he has made it possible for you to cheat, so to speak,
Yep.
which is kind of interesting.
Ah, hey, I found the thingy. The only way to stop is to speak something that is honest. Oh, God. Ah, holy shit. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth. I don't feel it anymore. I'm out of ideas. It's draining me. I think the first one is the truth. Keep talking. But he's giving me the answers, right? Oh, hey, I found this guy's labeled a truth. I haven't been honest. I can't figure out how to say the thing. Oh, man.
Well, this is kind of interesting. Right up until now, we've been assuming that this character is depressed or struggling with a wide variety of emotional issues like that. But is it possible that there's an external event in his life that's causing it, other than just generic depression?
Oh, yeah, of
Like, is
course. I
there a
didn't say anything
door
about this.
flying at him?
I didn't say anything about the source of it, just merely that that's what's going on emotionally. There's any number of
Do,
things that are
but do
complete.
we have any windows into what it might be?
A girl. Okay, I'm just trying to think of words. You had the girl walking backwards, not seeing the future. Do we know that Coda is a man? Is it a girl? Is it a woman?
I feel like they used the gender pronoun once, but maybe they didn't. We should think critically about that when we listen to it with the narration on.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Okay, so there was the in that first game walking backwards. There was a girl doing it. There was mention of a prostitute at one point. A lot of caves, a lot of orange, a lot of wood. Um,
What was the mention of the prostitute? I'm trying to
that the,
remember
the
that.
the prison level. Remember that we were commenting on, like, why does it say prostitute there? I don't know. I'm alone. I'm stuck in it. I have to work harder. I think he feels that being alone is the truth right now. We're going to be okay. Yeah, he's shooting for some deep symbolism. Um,
All right.
okay.
Let's see what the next game is.
Hello. Oh, I said a thing and things coalesced. And I'm on an island.
I feel like you're just hearing some kind of tranquil music. There might be like sounds of water flowing. It's like this is pretty peaceful in contrast to the last level, which was, obviously very intense space music.
Yep. Oh, the other island disappeared. Yes, I am lost. I'm completely out of ideas. When I try to create, I feel empty. I'm going to go with that one.
So to me, this game is pretty obviously about the creative process. And I think that's what That's what you're supposed to think, obviously,
Yes.
because, it's like Davy made the
Yep.
Stanley Parable,
Yep.
and,
Yep.
like, that's the obvious answer. I was kind of hoping that by doing this LP together, we could maybe uncover if there's a secret meaning or a different, circumstances of events that exists outside of that. But maybe that is what the commentary is of. I don't know.
There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped, versus I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. What? I don't understand what either of those is meant to mean in any of the interpretive contexts that we've discussed. A machine. I need to see it to know why it stopped. The underside is like completely white of some of them. It's interesting when the textures don't load in all the way. It's guarded by a difficult puzzle. Is the puzzle a door with a lever?
Yeah, why do you think he keeps going back to that puzzle? We've seen it numerous times.
I don't know. I don't... Oh, that's a brand new element. I don't know. It kind of bothers me. I'm not clear. Like, the first time I saw it, as I said, I thought it was a very good puzzle. It felt very reminiscent of, like, original Myst type stuff. In fact, specifically, hey, would you look at that? It reminds me of the puzzle from the library in the original Myst, where, like, you have to close one door to open the next. I've solved this puzzle before. And why is it always that people want to know how to do it? Why is that we always get interrogated as though
it's so challenging.
Okay, so the symbolism of the puzzle itself is that you have to close the door behind you before, oh my god.
What?
Just in terms of moving forwards and backwards, you have to close the door behind you before you can move forwards.
Right, doors come up throughout the entire game.
Well, but think about it in terms of movement and motion. You can't progress without closing off the path behind you.
Interesting.
Because once you close that front door and you're inside, you can't open it again.
Well, you can. Like there's a switch on it.
But... Nope. The switch opens the other door.
Oh, once you're through the double lock.
Once you're through, you are locked out. So it's a sense of, like, the forward progression of time. And, okay, man, now you have to close the first door.
So it's like once he uncovered that in an earlier game, he liked it so much that he is, he's using it in all of his games. And maybe he...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't seem to be able to do this. Yeah, I can't interact with the switch directly. Now you press the switch on the inside.
Oh, so you're guiding someone through it?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to right now?
I don't know. And it's like I can't... Oh, they must be inside? Press the switch on the inside? We're still in the... Yeah, it's... I don't know why he's making it so...
I think you're right about the doors and about not being able to go backwards. Always wanting to move forwards. But does it sort of express a desire to move forwards, or is it like I have to move forwards and I really don't wish that I had to?
Oh, that's what I had to do. I had to move myself through the door. Got it. Okay. Now just press the switch here. I had to move myself. I couldn't tell someone to do it in the dialogue options he gave me. But that was weird. How did they close the first... weird. I could only tell someone the solution by moving forward.
These are all lines of dialogue.
Yes, it's all also written in the Stanley Parable font.
Huh. Maybe he licensed it once and It was cheap to keep using it.
There's no machine. These are all my choices from previous dialogue interactions. There's no machine here. Now, do those words appear?
No.
You have to say that your work... You have to say... Simple and... What?
So I think you're hearing some sounds as the things push out a little bit.
Just keep saying that creation is easy.
There's kind of like a loud boom breaking sound.
Sure.
If I'm remembering right, there's even like a little sound of weeping a little bit here. Like sadness.
Oh, it's such a simple solution.
What's the solution?
Oh no, that was one of the dialogue options there.
Hmm. Gonna keep going?
Yeah, I don't have any real... Can I even walk back out? No, I can't. I have no option but to continue saying things.
How about a TV with surround sound? Looks familiar.
Yep. It's a person. There's an actual person. It looked like a woman.
And if your point was that you can never go backwards through those doors, then what's with that look back to an earlier experiment?
Man.
Or maybe he was only able to do it because he broke down all those doors. Those walls.
Know. All right.
And then again, I'll point out that the dates keep showing a tremendous amount of time passing. This one was 8 months later.
Sure. I intend to be quiet.
The games have also gotten much more dialogue intense. Whereas in the earlier games, you kind of had to interpret them. Now he's being a lot more explicit with you.
One thing you should know about the machine, it calls itself Coda. All right, so we're a woman that Coda feels he has trapped.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like the people are calling us ma'am here. Do you know where the poisonous games have come from? What are your next actions?
Yeah, who is the woman in this?
I don't know. The machine. You stopped. I have one line of dialogue up to me.
So the obvious analog here is that this is his creativity engine or imagination or something, right?
What? No. The obvious is that the options now are you stopped feeding us, your work was keeping us alive, your work was keeping us healthy. It's like an artist worried about like his financial obligation to his family.
But what does the machine represent?
Him. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say his creativity, his ability to make things, but I don't think that he's seeing a real distinction between it and his self. I've been so alone.
You're right, because
apologize for leaving me.
We know that, or we believe that this is not Coda's perspective looking at the machine. This is the woman, and we don't know who the woman is. But it's possible, or I mean, it's also possible the woman is Coda, but it's also possible this is the woman and the machine is Coda. I hadn't considered that interpretation. For whatever reason, maybe I wasn't paying careful attention. I assumed you were Coda, and this was your imagination or your creativity or your
I
design
mean, perhaps
process.
if Coda is female, then that would make a certain amount of sense, that it's herself speaking to her. Wow, this is weird.
Everyone cares a lot about the machine. I mean, do
A
you pick up?
friend.
Are there obvious tie-ins with Davy Reedon and the success of the Stanley Parable and trying to follow it up with his next game?
Yeah, except that this is way more intense.
Right. I think that interpretation is maybe a little too easy. Like maybe too many
Uh,
people are going to jump to that one. It's not.
well, and I feel like this game is worth more if it's trying to also tell a story in addition to simply being that, the narcissistic navel gazing woe is me. Like, it's much more palatable if Davy Reedon is trying to sort of explore those ideas through actual real characterization and like through building something that is worthwhile in itself.
Right.
We are stronger than we do not need its games. Let us show it that we are not failures. Ah, we will destroy the machine, or we will destroy everything that the machine has created. Are those really the only two options if you fail to continue creating? I think it's better to say we will destroy the machine, but neither of those are good. Oh, and this is different. We're back on stage.
And again, the invisible portal trapping you.
Whoa!
No one to kill.
I can't leave the stage.
You can't shoot the reporters' heads either. That would have been interesting to see what was inside those TVs.
Yeah, can I go off the side anymore? No. What am I meant to be doing? There's nothing to interact with here. I could fire my gun randomly? Yeah. Oh!
Can you get out?
Coda, now I have dialogue options. I'll make sure you are known forever. Yes, I can escape now. Exposed to the view. Oh, geez.
Now where do you think it's going? I mean, this is
Lack of,
obviously violent.
yeah, the lack of confidence in himself.
Is this suggesting violence towards others?
It's, I mean, despite the fact either the gun does not appear this time to be running out of bullets. Whoa! We're going to start destroying. No, not. Oh, some of the typewriters are destroyed, but not all of them.
Maybe you just didn't hit them all with the spray.
Why? What?
Again,
Okay.
pulling from earlier games.
We're destroying. I mean, we were doing what we said we weren't going to do and destroying the work. Oh, hey. We fell through the floor.
More of that descent feeling. And also, it's kind of the opposite of that first game where you actually ascended.
Yep.
I wonder if there's some commentary in there where, like, he found that bug and it was eye-opening and it invited him to create all these different types of games. But
Oh gosh, this is a door. It took me a second until the end to realize that it was the door again. Hey, it's the machine and we are being pulled towards it. I'm not in control. I'm still not in control. Put down your weapon. Okay, I have done this. Wait, no, now I have my weapon.
Looks like you get to do both. Maybe it doesn't matter which one you chose. Destroy the machine or destroy the works.
Oh, that was me pressing E, not clicking the mouse. But that appears to be literally the only thing I can do to interact with this situation at all. But thou must.
Wow, you really got to unload into that thing.
Well, again, like there's nothing else I can do. If
No,
I
but
would like
I'm
to,
observing that it's not like you shoot it twice and it's dead. It's like the game is forcing you to unload 2 clips into the thing,
mhm.
which is also interesting in and of itself. I mean, even still, it hasn't died.
So I need to just keep doing this. There's shaking. The screen is shaking and rumbling. I mean, this isn't much more entertaining than just sitting there and staring at the machine. I still can't move. Okay, there. Oh man, if I had waited long enough without shooting, would it have just gone away?
I don't
Did I
know.
have a choice?
We'll have to try that.